Good morning, welcome to Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday the 27th of October. Okay, so if you haven't worked it out, in the UK the hour has changed, or the time's changed now, so we're on back to Greenwich Mean Time, GMT. So let's see, we're looking at the shift, with a shift all the way through the Eurozone, but not the US at the moment, so watch out for the time differentials. So just looking last week on Friday's data, just picking up on that first, and the PMI data in the US there came in. Where are we? Where's the US one? There it is. At the low, they're pretty much in line then. The manufacturing a little bit better, services PMI slightly better, so slight improvement there. Inflation down though, on the numbers there last Friday. So inflation, I say last Friday, it wasn't last Friday, these are old numbers now. But anyway, inflation's down there. That gave probably a wiggle on Friday. Now this week then, if you just clicks on this week. Roman, I've seen your question, I'll answer that in just a moment, because it's a really good question. So this week we haven't got a great deal this week. Certainly today there's nothing there. We've seen the Reserve Bank of Australia Bullock has spoken at 8:15. Yeah, we haven't seen that speak in that. If we're talking GMT, we haven't seen that yet. Beg your pardon. German IFO business climate is not a big mover for the markets side of that. We've got Wednesday really. We've got to look forward to some data there. It's a bit of a. Let's have a look to Wednesday really, isn't it? With inflation out of Australia, we've got the Bank of Canada meeting, which it's expected to do yet another cut. Now, could surprise people and leave that alone. Didn't they come a bit low on inflation lately? FOMC meeting, well, that will happen. It's expected another 0.25% cut there on Wednesday. Remember, earlier hour. And the press conference follows there earlier. If you're based in Europe or the UK, or UK is part of Europe, I don't know, but you know what I mean. Okay, that's pretty much answer. GDP US. Okay, on Thursday. Right, let's move on then. So there's data on Wednesday. Let's see how these markets react to it. Firstly, though, I was asked the question here, am I swing trading at the moment? Because the person, Roman, couldn't find any trades that seem to be swing trades because the market's in such tight ranges. And yeah, that's the way they've gone. In terms of the year overall, it's quite interesting. I've got it's classic. I've been mentoring someone recently. I'm going to do an interview with them at some stage. But it's been an interesting year because he's a bit more of a swing-only type trader-ish. But and I say ish because I think some of his exits are more modest, although they come from upper time frames a lot of the time. But anyway, so yes, he was saying he's struggling a bit at the moment. But the classic market to look at, really, for me, is go and have a look at the S&Ps and look at it on a 4-hourly, and yep, it's you just look at how recently, yep, there's been some decent swing periods in it, but you've got to catch them well. But there's periods where it's literally just going into chop, etc. There was certain months that were better than others. This looked probably a little bit easier, and there were swings amongst all of this, but not always quite so straightforward. But I tend to take my swings more from the 4-hourly picture than the well, sometimes daily, but often more 4-hourly picture. I just find they're easier to find, but they're more frequent. It doesn't mean to say all of them, when they're swinging backwards like this one here, go very far, but if you're swinging with the trend, it's been okay. But particularly more recently, it's been quite ugly in some of these markets, and some of the moves have been quite big corrections in the S&Ps, for example. Currencies are not too dissimilar at times in terms of very difficult to try and catch a total read. you look back at retrospectively, you think, well, actually, that wasn't too bad here, and well, maybe we're going to see some more of this movement. But it's some of these big choppy days. Again, trending. If you're trading with the trend as opposed to trying to trade against it, you'll probably be okay. But it hasn't. A lot of these moves, and quite a few moves, come even on the 4 hourlies. Well, I say even on the 4 hours, particularly on the 4 hourlies, they actually trigger through the Asian session. So when we get to go to trade them, they haven't always been. It looks lovely overall on the pictures here, and you can see plenty of opportunities. However, not all of them were during our trading periods, unless you've been leaving sell stops, buy stops, etc. So yeah, it's some of this looks actually simpler than it is. We've seen recently, as I said, on the S&Ps there, it's a lot choppier and perhaps a bit more difficult, and that's reflected particularly on gold and platinum, which my mentee's trading there. It's reflected within those. There's been particular, I mean, commodity markets, so you think, well, gold's on an absolute flyer and it's pushing up, but there's periods even that's been chopping, and certainly platinum on the 4 hourly just come down to platinum. And yeah, okay, overall it looks like there's some decent trends and some decent moves here last week. There certainly was, but there's lots of periods like that. Yeah, you can sometimes get into them, but it's not been the cleanest. Now there'll be people that say, well, okay, trade that on the dailies and you'll be okay, but not necessarily. In some of it, you can be in it for many days or weeks, and I think that's probably actually best shown on the dailies here. I've shown you sort of a 4 hourly picture, and sometimes during these periods you can be in for several weeks going pretty sideways. Now he did particularly well in June. Well, there you go. There was some lovely moves into June, into July, and then it started chopping, turning. Struggled in August, September, made money, but in September and I think and August, struggling a little bit more this month. In October, it's switched back, etc., quite violently. Yeah, it's not been an absolute easy go. Anyway, let's go and quickly look through. It's a good question. Everyone always expects the markets to show them something decent. Actually, just look at this euro on the dailies. Long periods here. Okay, may have caught a bit of swing here. Again, not really giving us much in the way of swing trading, but that's why 4 hourlies has been a lot better. And I'm currently looking then on this for a breakdown of this sort of bearish flag that's running. We'll see how this goes. So just really looking into this at the moment. It has been putting lower highs, higher lows, higher highs in. It's about to shortly put a lower high in. I'll probably wait for the end of the 4 hourly bar there, just to confirm and see what it's been looking soft here on the hourlies anyway. A little bit here, didn't quite make the double top. So let's put a lower. If we break this low over here, the low between the two highs there, that gives us a confirmed lower high and a bit more oomph in it. 4 hourly wise, oops. If we can get back into that 4 hourly wise, my chart's managed to delete it somewhere, and hopefully I'll be able to pull that back. It does this. Frustrating thing. Come on, pop in there. It's gone on a go slow now. Come on. It's really awkward sometimes when it does this. Sorry, it's probably my computer more than anything else. It's not letting me. I'm going to put it to the side and I'll bring it in when I need it. There you go. Anyway, oops, I need to bring it in at the moment. So really waiting for this breakdown here at the moment on the euro. So some potential there for a little swing to the short side. Opportunity wise, keep bringing it back here. Maybe down towards these prior lows. As you've got the monthly sorry, weekly S1. I like weekly S1s. It didn't get down there last week. It struggled, never hit either side of things. Probably about 80% of the time I'll hit one or the other. So maybe this week we'll get the move down there towards the S1 as it's going that way. Ugh. Now I've blown it here. Right, my system's deciding to go crazy on me. Let's see if I can pick this up again. It's sorry. Where's my 240 time frame? It's completely frozen on me here. Oh, there we are. Right. Now this is messing me around. There we go. I wonder if I can pinch that back in there. No, it's not going to move. Right, okay. Sorry. We'll look through these rather quickly now. The pound, he says, try and get hold of the pound. Really doesn't, my system really doesn't want to play today. I'm going to have to do a reboot this morning. It's not letting me change to a different currency. Completely frozen, I'm afraid. Well, I'm stuck there. It's going to be a short one today then. Euro, the pound, I'll tell you what I was looking at. The pound also was looking potential on the, oh, hit last, here we go. Potential continuation to the downside here. We had this sort of head and shoulder pattern that never really fully materialized. It still could be in play, so just looking at this, looking at it on the 4 hourly, I'll just bring this over here. It hasn't caught the weekly pivot. If it does, I'd like to see the reaction